Hello, I'm Chernak, and I'm here to talk about my marketing plan. The company I chose to do my marketing plan on is Supreme New York. So Supreme New York clothing brand that is very big in the skate culture, but also big in the streetwear culture as well. They were founded in 1994, and since they've been, you know, been in the industry, their image is huge in the skating culture and the streetwear culture as well. The social media platform that's best for Supreme is Instagram. They have 13.9 million followers, which is a huge audience compared to their competitors. Some of their competitors have 2 million, some have under a million, some have over 10 million, but they still have over 13 million followers, which is huge. Unfortunately, they don't have a Twitter account, which can be a huge disadvantage compared to their competitors because their competitors have a Twitter and an Instagram just compared to not having a Twitter. But if Supreme had a Twitter, they would be very big in there as well, I believe. The marketing and communicating objectives that I've came up with was to gain 500 new followers in 6 months. Supreme is a very big company, like they're very well known, and outside of the skating culture, outside of the streetwear culture. They're big in just in fashion, the fashion culture in general. So they have, people talk about them constantly throughout the whole day, just word of mouth advertising. And since social media is very big now, they have the potential to have, over 100,000 views on their page in just a day. So having 100,000 views of your profile a day, that could, easily lead up to 500,000 in 6 months because, it'll probably be 100, 200 every day, following them every day. Um, they can increase revenue by 25%, Supreme is, well known for their collaborations. As you can tell, they collaborated with Oreos, and I think that's the first company that, that I've, seen do something outside of clothing. It's companies that collaborate with other companies, other clothing companies, but it's not a company that, goes outside of that industry and, tries to partner with cookies. Like no one else ever did that. Like collaborated with cookies and maybe had their own cookies. Which that can increase their revenue because they have new people that never heard of Supreme. Well, they'll get curious about like who's Supreme because they see Supreme, a red Oreo, which is very unusual, that has Supreme stamped right in the middle of it, which, that gives them brand awareness, which can lead to uh new audience members, new consumers, which, will generate into sales. Um, I, Another objective they can do is increase engagement with the current followers that they do have. Like I do understand that they have 13.9 million followers, but they should at least interact with them in some type of way, come up with the game they can do, like a social media game they could do, like the Supreme can have the consumers take pictures of their Supreme products and, tag Supreme, and Supreme could just post them on their 24-hour story just to, show engagement and just show how much they appreciate all their consumers buying their products. The SWOT analysis I've came up with is their strengths is that they have a huge audience. Like I said before, their Instagram, they have 13.9 million followers, and they don't even have a Twitter, but they still have a huge audience. Their creativity is a huge strength for them as well because even though their logo is very simplistic, it's just, a red box with Supreme in the middle, but they do so much with that by coming up with different color shirts with different colored boxes, um, being able to, you know, um, switch from the skating culture and go right to the streetwear culture, and but still complement both of them very well. They're also open to working with other companies, which a lot of companies, I'm not going to say are scared to do, but they question it because they they want all the credit, but compared to Supreme, they're willing to share the credit and work with other people, so to expand their horizon with ideas, and they might come up with something we never seen before. Their weaknesses is their price of products. Supreme is very expensive. They have shirts that go like $100, $200, but the consumers pay for it still. But it's not. I believe if they, drop their products to, even $50 shirts, they would still sell out even quicker, and they could make more and generate more money through that. They also lack products of for women in general. Supreme is, like I said, they're in the skate culture, so it's a lot of guys that do skate, but it's also girls that skate as well. They should focus on um, making girl products as well. But girls still wear their products, but it'll be better if they focused on just separate girl designs that think that guys can't wear. The opportunities that Supreme has is increasing audience because like I said, they're willing to collaborate with other companies. So being with that company's audience will have an idea who Supreme is and what they do based on that collaboration. Another opportunity is having more collaborations with other companies. I think that's what makes Supreme so well known is because of their collaborations of who they collaborated with in the past. Like they collaborated with Louis Vuitton, they collaborated with, like I said, Oreos, and they also have, like they collaborated with Nike and like many other big companies, which they should continue to do because that's what's like it's not keeping them relevant, but it's keeping them on top of their game, and also is helping them become more creative by, looking at other people's perspectives and other things like that. Another opportunity is making women products. Like I said before, they don't really make as many women products as men products, or no women products at all. But if they do make women products, that can increase the revenue as well. The threats is every other streetwear and skate company. So their competitors like Kith and the Hundreds and even Adidas or Nikes, they also make streetwear as well. Thrasher, which is another skate company, those are all threats to them because they could take away their uh, Supreme's consumers if they don't drop anything that satisfies the consumers. Not having a Twitter account is a threat as well because, like I said before, their their targeted audience, most of them, at least 90% of them, have a Twitter account. So, not being able to reach 90% of your consumers will be a problem. The only way you can reach them is through Instagram. But if they had a Twitter, they'll be able to reach through both of them. And as of right now, the coronavirus, as you can tell, we're in this pandemic. That's why I have to make this presentation. But coronavirus is a threat right now because people aren't buying things. They're a little questionable buying things because they're sick or have anyone of their family members sick. Their competitive analysis. So I looked up three of their competitors. The first one is Obey Clothing. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Obey. Um, Obey Clothing was founded in 2001, so they're not as old as Supreme, but they've been in the industry for 19 years. The owner was Shepard Fairley, which was an activist, or a street artist and illustrator activist. And the graphics and his design is inspired by the movie They Live, a horror film that was in 1988. But they have 500,000 followers, as you can see. Their clothing is very abstract and very simple as well as Supreme. But they're big in the skating and streetwear industry as well. The next one is Thrasher. And Thrasher was founded in 1981, so they're older than Supreme, but they're a really big company. Um, they're a magazine company. They're not a clothing company, but they do sell clothes, Thrasher clothing, which which makes them a even bigger competitor because they're also in the skateboarding culture instead compared to Obey, which is just in the streetwear culture. They have 5.9 million followers, so you can tell they have a huge audience. They've been here since 1981. The owner is Eric Swinton and Fausto Vitelli. Their magazine content consists of skateboard and music related, things. They have articles that include interviews with skaters, skate park reviews, and action shots of the skaters. And the last one is Kith. Kith is a streetwear clothing brand which was founded in 2011. The owner is Ronnie Faig, which is a well-known. He's very well known in the footwear industry. But the reason he made Kith because he wanted to, you know, have show his like audience that he is, just more than shoes. Like he's able to, you know, put clothes that go well with the shoes that he made. The social media strategies is to just post daily story content. Like um, Supreme, they do well with their posts, their general posts, but their daily story posts, they don't really post that many unless it's like an event that's coming up, and then they'll promote that. But besides that, it's not daily. They should start a hashtag trend for the audience to participate in. Like I said, one of their weaknesses is engaging with their consumers. So if they start a trend like a hashtag Supreme trend, that will that will boost their brand awareness up on social media, and also have their audience participate in something Supreme. They should engage with more audience members in the comments they post on any content posted. So, like I said, they don't really respond to the comments of their consumers that writes comments to them. They just leave it be. And like I said, they do have 13.9 million followers, so I know it's a lot to handle, but at least they should, you know, put a little effort into that just to show like that it's not just just a robot, being behind the computer. Like it should be one of the people on the Supreme team doing that, and engaging with them, and you know acknowledging their concerns or just any comment. Social media platforms Supreme will use after this. Well, they already have Instagram, but we'll be aiming to create a Twitter account and a TikTok account as well. The tactical plans is have fans of other big companies tag the company on Twitter and TikTok to gain followers. So, for example, if Supreme made a collab with Nike like they did in the past, if Nike has a TikTok or a Twitter, they should promote that Supreme is on this social media platforms. Give them a heads up of the following from Instagram that's on Twitter. Could go follow them on Twitter or TikTok. Another tactical plan is showing a sneak peek of new products that will be coming soon, so the consumers know what to look for. So the consumers, so if Supreme posts, stuff products in the making that hasn't been released at like on daily Snapchat posts, that will keep them that will keep the audience intrigued and to know like when it's going to drop and how to get it and et cetera, et cetera. The measurables is they usually Supreme looks at the total likes, the positive comments, and how many reposts with each post posted based off each post that they post. So we know what the consumers like and what they don't like. Content that will be posted is clips of skate team from skate sessions from Supreme and upcoming products collaborations, content content that will ask for input for the audience so they could figure out the audience concerns and whatnot. The budget, it doesn't take a lot to promote on Instagram since it's free, and it's free to make a social media page as well. So they won't really need a lot unless they're paying models to take pictures of their clothing and skateboard skaters to make clip like session clips. And that is all. I hope you really enjoyed it.